culture throughout the world. We have the baby boomers are entering retirement years and they start receiving benefits. However, the birth rates are incredibly low, which means there's fewer people paying into the system. So when that happens, what does that mean? It means fewer people being born, more people entering their latter years, means society is going to eventually be shrinking. You've got more people not paying into the system anymore. They've already paid their whole life, but now they've started getting benefits, whether it's Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, or whatever, and fewer people paying into that system. That is a recipe for complete failure and for an economy to collapse. It can't sustain itself. It will topple from the heaviness of the entitlements. So I started talking to them about this. And with that, I decided, okay, I'm going to get a little bit controversial. I had them all eating out of the palm of my hands. I said, yeah, this makes sense. This can't continue on. I said, okay, so then why does the social policy of same-sex marriage make sense if you can't procreate and you can't expand policy? Or you can't expand a society? And you know what? A couple of them kind of hemmed and hawed around a little bit. Well, it's just, I said, no, from the logical point of view, does that make sense? Well, no, it doesn't, Dr. Elliott. It's like, okay. I had them by taking off. If I would have gone in as a conservative, they would have automatically had a wall up, and they wouldn't have listened to anything I had to say. So I had to appeal to their sense of reason and logic, and so that's why I went that route. So then we started talking about the massive debt that we have in this country, $17 trillion worth of debt, which is mathematically impossible to pay back, and we're going to go over that a little bit tonight too. But you know what? And so I started talking about, okay, there's an old saying that says a borrower is a slave to the lender, and they said, yeah, that makes sense. It's like, that's in Proverbs. It's in Proverbs. If I would have said that was from the Bible, they would have actually shut me off right away. But because I didn't say where it was from, I was actually quoting an exact scripture. I just didn't mention chapter and verse. They loved it. They loved it. And so this is a strategy kind of for all of us when we're encountering the opposition and people from the other side is try to just speak the truth and try to speak with reason and logic, because it makes sense, and remove the labels. And you know what? I think we're going to be able to win over more from the other side, because the other side right now actually makes 0 sense whatsoever. Nothing is making sense. It's like we're living in upside down world. I mean, it's all backwards. Even the thing in Syria, it's like, oh, okay, are we actually going to support Al-Qaeda now, or are we not? Why does it, it's like there's no plan B. Nobody has put any thought to, what if, we actually get rid of Assad, which I think that we should. However, doing it with military action like this isn't good when China and Russia have already said, oh, we're going to actually, it's not going to be very good consequences if you decide to do it that way. Has anyone thought about what that means if Russia and China decide that they're going to get involved? Or if Russia puts a missile shield around Syria? Or if China decides to get actively involved? No. Nobody's actually put any thought to that. What happens if Assad goes away? Who takes over next? Muslim Brotherhood? I mean, I'm not saying that Assad is a good guy, but has anybody put any thought to what comes next?